Morning, Jules here from JoolsEDesigns at JT Creations. So welcome to my channel. Today is take and create. So we've got something that you can take from the shop free of charge, print it out and play. And each week I do 3 videos. So Tuesday is always take and create. It's always a freebie. Thursday is kind of based on new people, not necessarily only new people. We kind of go back to basics. We've done a couple of journals. I'm now working on projects with Book Page. So was it last year I did a video on 20 different book pockets and envelopes you can make with book pages. So now what I'm doing is I'm going through some of those and making them, kind of mass making them and decorating them with stamps, pretty papers, anything that you know that you've got. So one of the things that I was doing for that was making like these little tea bag pockets, and what I thought was this would be a great thing to put on my take and create. So what I've done is I've designed a tea bag pocket digitally, and I've got 3. I've got some circles. All I did was I just filled that up with circles for decorating, but then we wanted some ephemera to go in it. So because I'm working on the daisy and the lavender and lace digital kits that were launched last month, so I always work on them the following month. So I did it in the daisy. So it's nice little daisy pockets that you can cover up with Book Page. You know, if you don't want it to be daisy, you can cut one out and you could actually, you know, put it on a bit of craft card, a bit of Book Page, and make your own, or just cut those out and, you know, cover them with a little bit of Book Page. It's entirely up to you. Once you've got them, you know, you cut them out and do what you want. And then what we've got is we've got 8 nice little sort of like journal card sizes. They'll just peek out the top, but as you can see, they've got a flap on the side, so you're not going to take that is going to be the full width of your pocket and the full length. So because you're not going to have any glue, you've got these flaps. So these will just kind of like stick out to the top, so you can use the circles for doing tabs and things like that. We've got some tickets, you know, if you want to cut one of these down and put a pocket with some tickets. We're going to do all that anyway. While I'm still waffling, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go away and I'm going to cut these out, and we'll come back and then we'll do sort of like carry out all my ideas. And do you know what, if you've got any ideas different from mine, you know, do them, you know, and show them. Please join my Facebook group. It's Junk Journals at JT Creations on Facebook, and I would love to see what you make with these. Even if you just do exactly the same as me, I've got quite a few people, but I love to see ideas. I love to see what you do with my creations, because I haven't got a totally expanded ideas brain. Mine will only go as far as my brain will allow it. Everybody's different, so with all these ideas we can help a lot of other people. Anyway, as I said, enough waffle. I'm going to go away and I'm going to cut these, and I'll see you in a few seconds. Right, that's me back. Oh, forgot to get those little corners off. So there we are. And my punch, these circles are not quite an inch, so I had to cut them out. I thought I'd done them to match my inch punch, so I haven't. Never mind. So first of all, what we're going to do is we're going to do these. Now these pockets have white lines and that's where you crease them. Now if you haven't got a crease board, you can use a ruler and a blunt, the blunt end of your scissors, or you know, if you've got a ballpoint pen, a biro that doesn't work anymore, or you know, a ball tool if you've got a ball tool. I know not everybody has, and one of the reasons I do my back to beginners on Thursdays is because I know not everybody has the equipment or the tools or the supplies that some of us have got. We're hoarders, we collect it. So there we are. There's our nice little nuts. Just so if you ever see anything on the Take and Create and you don't have a printer, I probably will show you how to make it from scratch, or something similar. So you know, the Thursdays, the Back to Beginners is a good channel. Also my Saturday, it's kind of like Scrappy Saturdays. We use just creative play ideas, and we use our scraps up lace and stuff like that. And we probably do a lot more mass makes on a Saturday than what we do any other time. So I'm just my husband's out at a meeting today, so my dog, little Dora, she's blind in one eye and nearly blind in the other. She's alright in the house because she knows where everything is. We just can't move anything about. She's also deaf, so she's definitely a man's dog. She goes looking for my husband. He's at a meeting, so she's looking for him, and just every now and again I can hear her making noises. She's obviously looking for him. And it's so funny because she gets on the back of the couch, the settee, and she looks out the front window, and because she can't see properly, she can just see shadows and things like that. But so she doesn't see us come into the door, and she will bark if she sees anything moving. And a few times we've come in and she's still barking on the settee. We, you know, you go up behind her, you have to be very careful and touch her gently because she jumps. But yeah, so if you hear, just she's making like Scooby-Doo noises because she's looking for my husband. Anyway, enough of that. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to ink round these and then we're going to play. So I will quickly ink round them. I think I'll go for gathered twig, I think. Let's see what that's like. We'll have a look at vintage photo. Sometimes I have a colour in mind. I think it's going to be vintage photo. So, oh, I keep forgetting that's a dome. Right. So, as we said, these have the flaps. So what I'm going to do is we're going to we've inked, we're going to glue now. And we're going to close these. So just Yeah, and my youngest son, he's just on his way back from Ireland. His wife's Irish, she's Northern Ireland, so they've been there with the 3 girls having a nice holiday. So I think they've been sightseeing. I think they were doing the Titanic, and I think they wanted to do the Giant's Causeway and see some of the beautiful sights in Ireland. So there's one. I think it's about time I cleaned that nozzle. That's it. Sometimes when you don't use it, you get like a clog in it. Okay. And oh, that's definitely it. And there we are. So we've got our, they're pockets, but it's what I call tea bag pockets. So you can put your there, we've got them full, and I think what we will do is we will put a pocket. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut that in half. Now that is, let me measure it. It's 3 inches, so I'm going to cut it at 1.5 inches. Now if you wanted, you could have 2 pockets. You could put them on the back. I'm looking for another one that hasn't got much on it. Put the ones with the biggest daisies in. I'll cut that one in half. Okay, and what I am going to do is I'm going to put a thumb notch in. I'm just guessing the middle. Didn't do that one perfect, but it doesn't matter. Again, guess the middle. So because we've got 3 pockets, I mean, you can print these out as many times as you want. So we'll put 2 pockets on one and 1 pocket on the rest. So I think we'll do these 2 as I think I'm going to do them on there and that one on there, right. Okay. and we're just this one. We haven't drowned all the thumb notches. And I mean, the ephemera, the labels and everything come on a separate sheet, so you can print that off, you know, twice and have lots of bits and pieces for your other journals. And I'm just going to see, right, so I'm going to put that one, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do the two sides on this one so that it will be slightly deeper. Should we do it on the front? Yeah. So I'm just lining that up with that. And this one will do the 3 edges. So because I've just done the sides with that one, there's no bottom in it, so you can put something taller. And then what I'm doing is I'm lining that pocket up with that. And we can put that in there. And, whoop. I think what we'll do is we'll put the 2 tickets in there like that, and I think I'm going to fold that one in half, and I'm going to put that one in there like that, and that's, for some reason that's not sticking down. I must have missed a bit. So we'll just leave that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut that in half. Cut the edges off, so we've got a little pocket there. And I'll have that one in there, and what I'm going to do is we're going to put some circles on, and I'm kind of guessing the middle. If you want to be exact, measure it. I'm not that bothered. And then just do the whole one and stick it on there. So you've got journal space on the back. And then you've got your wee tab on there. And we'll do that on here. So again, do half, guess in the middle, turn it over, do the full circle, match it up at the top, and there we are. And that's kind of not in the middle, but it's fine. And then we can put another one in there, And if you wanted, you could put what we've got on here. And I'm just bending that round like that. And we'll put that in like that. Right, so that's going in like that. So again, and bend that over. There we are, we've got one. And if you wanted, you can add your own little bits. I've got some little circle stamps here, and I've got so we'll use that, and we'll use the VersaFine Onyx. And there we are. And if you wanted, you could do that on them. And all this is doing is just giving you ideas of what you can do. You don't even have to have a circle stamp. I've got a right. Yeah, this one. Okay. This is Portugal, so we'll do that. There, perfect. But what we want to do is, I'm just using some of the I'm just stamping off, and that's that. It's fine, it looks just as good. You don't have to have the full stamp. I've got some more circles here. And I think we'll have that one. We'll put the Portugal one back, and we'll have this one. I'm not sure what it says. I know it's got a number on it. And I've just gone over it like that, which is fine. Just mixing it up a bit, and I'm just putting this one on here, and I'm not bending it so it's so that the bend's on there. I'm just bending it so it's sitting up a little bit. So it's like a little tab on a ticket. And that's what we'll do. We'll put that. And this is just something I got in Temu. And they're all numbers. If you like your number stamps, they don't have, there's no names, there's no links, so I can't give you a link. What you need to do is just go onto Temu and just put number stamps, and then just look at the pictures and see they have loads of number stamps. I just look at them and think, oh, don't get me wrong, sometimes I've bought them again. I've doubled. I do that quite often. Anyway, so this is our take and create for today. And what we're going to do is we're going to look at what we've got. See, they look nice on pages. That one. I have 2 journals. So we've got this one. We can take them out. So we've got our book page, and that will go in there. And we can put that like that. We can fit them in there. I think that's it. We've got another one of them. I think they're just too big. But if I wanted, I could put another pocket on there and put it behind. Again, we've got a side pocket, so you can put it in there. And we've got our heart pocket. So if I wanted, I could put it in there like that. So I hope you get something from this. They're easy to do. You just go into my Ko-fi shop. The link is below in the description. You look at the take and create. There's lots of them. I do one every week. And you print it off and play. And as I say, you can use it as a template. But, you know, on Thursdays, I will show you how to make these from scratch. And that's for people that don't have printers or just don't like printing stuff out. They don't like to use digitals. They like to use all recycled stuff. And everyone to their own. I like recycled stuff, but I like digitals and I like pretty papers too. So I try and cater for everybody. Anyway, enough waffle. I will see you in the next video. Bye.